Hotel Staffing and HR, in conjunction with PatriotTV.live, bring you Play Harder Radio, the premier patriotic sports and BS talk show from America's Gulf Coast. Things that matter in the world of sports and things that don't matter to anyone. It's just Faja's opinion. Where the F-bomb is allowed, but frowned upon. This is Play Harder Radio. And now, your host, James Grant.
Omnipotent James Grant. There needs to be more BS. You know,
omnipotent.
You need to put more
Indeed.
BS into the show because you promote that at the entry. At the open, yeah.
Sports. Well, I do promote sports and BS talk show also.
We need to input more BS.
How about that Scotty Scheffler at the Masters last
that was
week?
amazing. That was fun to watch, man. I love.
25 years old, won 4 of his last 6 tournaments.
And looked like he was calm as a cucumber, if that's a thing.
Fire.
He's
on fire.
Between him and Cam Smith, they've won like 80% of the tournaments this year right now. I thought that was pretty impressive. But he held it together. But how bad, all they remember from these and what they show forever is the calls from the great shots, and then they show the last green when you make that magnificent putt.
Yeah.
And he three putts it.
No, he 4-putted that green.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't
Because he
remember.
had a long one.
Okay, an approach.
Yeah, and then he...
But it's got to be nice to have a 5 or 6 stroke lead at that point?
Yeah, he had a 5-stroke lead.
That
One
was
by
great.
3. He double bogeyed it.
So I think Tiger needs to come out as trans, is what I came up with after watching that.
So you mentioned...
Oh, by the way, Kellie's on with us.
Hey, Kellie.
So you mentioned that earlier,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not sure
And
when.
I'd like you to...
I mean, look at where we are with
embellish on that a
sports.
little
I mean, what did he finish? Like 50th or something? I don't even know, but I know he was dropping.
Yeah, he finished down there. Well, yeah.
So, what's his name? Thompson. He was the 200th ranked swimmer until he
Thomas.
said Leah Thomas.
Not even that.
She, I don't remember his real name, probably John, but he was
I've never heard his real name.
he was like the 200th ranked swimmer or something until he decided to act like a girl. And I think Tiger should just take over the world of golf and do it now. I think now's the time. And right now, to be a trans, you could get a job anywhere because everyone's got these diversity quotas. So you could work for Disney, you could work for the government, you could get hired any place, and then if they don't hire you, just call a lawyer.
I saw a Dave Chappelle clip the other day about, did the Lakers, have they missed the playoffs yet?
I don't even know.
I think so. LeBron James.
You don't have your daily bron?
Yeah, I don't know what to say, Todd. I don't know what to say.
More to the point, do we care about the
him,
Lakers? About the Lakers,
identifying as a woman, and
I mean,
and playing in the WNBA.
It's a tranny
because
world
he would
right now.
score 840 points a game.
But see, that's your transphobic.
But if we're all equal, this Dave Chappelle's like, but if we're all equal, then we could just have one league, right?
Right.
If everybody's equal, we could just have one league.
I agree.
And he goes, or, ladies, you could just shut the fuck up.
I heard some of his recent stuff, and it's so great. I mean,
he's awesome.
He is my favorite.
You know what? Dave. Dave is not a super big fan of Whitey. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. I mean, some
Like-
of his best stuff is as racist as it can be, the
Right.
opposite way.
Yeah.
Black supremacy, I call it.
Just so you know, Greg was there, and now he's gone.
Oh.
I don't know what happened to him.
Okay.
he doesn't know either.
Yeah. Was it something? Was
I
it Tiger?
I can't find. I'm on the Play Harder page, but it won't. It's not calling up
Oh,
the.
he's back. Here we go.
It's not calling.
Hey, Greg.
Wait.
And he's back.
And he's back.
But no, I just thought that would be perfect. Why be mediocre when you can just destroy the sport? I even saw one thing where one of the networks was feminizing the pictures of Leah Thompson to make him look more like a woman.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just so ridiculous how on board these people are with all this stuff. And I just,
Crazy.
I kind of wish it would stop. Or we form tranny leagues. You say that we should just have.
I'm not for upsetting society for making all these big changes for this minority faction of the, despite the way that, you know, they're saying, you know, Ben Shapiro came on and said that, or tweeted the other day that gender dysphoria can be diagnosed, is a diagnosable.
It's could be a mental illness. Oh, for sure.
And that all these people that are, you know, that most of it's just fake. And then somebody said, well, or is it just that now they feel comfortable coming out?
Well, social media just promotes it to death.
And I don't believe, yeah. Well, so here's my part of my theory is I don't believe that they are feeling comfortable coming out. Well, and most of it is this non-binary bullshit. You know, my little pony bullshit or whatever.
I don't know the connection, but I like it. Well, yeah, which pony's that? Greg said.
I lived in Baltimore for 5 years, and the convention center was right down from my apartment building, which had a bar in it, which I bartended in part time, and they had a My Little Pony convention.
And you identify as My Little Pony?
I didn't say. There's some people that I'm sure identified that used to come in there. That used to come in there during that convention, and you're like, "Oh my Lord, dude!"
To me, the influencers, quote, are ruining the world. You know, I watched a little snippet of a couple of TikTok videos on Gutfeld's show last night, and these are probably teenagers, and they're talking about, you know, they said when a baby is born, it comes out, and the doctor usually says what gender it is, and they said, well, most of the time they're right. Really?
Oh, shoot.
Is that where we are?
Pat, you almost made me cuss.
Oh, dang it. I was so close.
Hey, how does this sound with this, whatever this thing is?
Smart
you sound
mic?
fine,
Does it sound any different?
It sounds good, but when you wiggle it, you kind of jiggle it.
Oh, nice. There's a T-shirt.
Thank you, Greg.
No pun in there.
I want to identify as a pony.
Just my imagination.
Can I get a job?
Running away with me.
Oh, I got to find us online. I can't see Kellie, dang it.
Was just my... Yeah, I know.
Look at Greg's shirt and his background.
I can't see.
You're so intimidating, Greg.
Oh.
I can't even see
so
Greg.
I have to interrupt real quick. So, Kellie, remember the first time we met a year ago? And I came in with this shirt. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, God, yes.
The pizza thing.
Yes.
You want a slice of me? Right?
Yeah.
And I cannot wear that shirt anymore.
I know.
Ever since that, I just cannot do it. So.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't even have you
Speaking
guys
of pony,
Pat might not know what that's about.
They're on the screen now.
I
had it off for a second. While he was showing it, they were there. Don't worry about it. Just go.
I was hoping he was wearing a My Little Pony shirt.
I can see both of us on the computer.
Yeah, me too.
On Facebook.
I'm Facebook.
Okay, now I got you.
So even though we had a meeting and said we were going to start trying to promote Patriot TV Live, you're on Facebook, is what you're telling me.
I'm on Patriot
Yes,
TV.
I
I
am.
just logged in.
Can you please explain
I actually
that?
had a nightmare about that Patriot TV.live situation.
Do tell.
No, we were talking about how people were saying they couldn't get logged in, and of course, so I dreamt about it.
And you couldn't.
That was a nightmare then.
Well, yeah, it was a nightmare.
So you couldn't get logged in?
I don't
Was that
remember
the
if it was me
nightmare?
or somebody else. I don't remember. I just know it was me or somebody else.
But yeah, like I'm not for the tranny leagues and shit.
Well, I mean,
me neither.
This shit's just got to stop.
No,
And I don't see it stopping.
no, it's not. No, not
Well, they're
enough
just
people are
gonna, and
standing
you know
up.
they're not. You know, it's a small faction of the.
But it's growing so fast, dude. If you look at the stats, it's scary. You know, it is. Yes.
Where?
When you look at, I don't care how microscopic any
let's
number is, when it doubles, you got to start thinking about it. And I think it's tripled on people that identify. And now they probably micro-segment it because now it's not just identifying as a man or a woman. You can identify as 100 different things.
And so now we realize that the suicide rate amongst that doubled
Oh, yeah.
group
definitely.
is up
Yes.
300%.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
No problem there. I mean, their goal is to end the world and kill everybody that they can.
I agree. Well, the problem too with these kids is, if you think about it, I was thinking about this yesterday. Tell me what you think. Most kids at school are not, 90% of the kids at school aren't in the cool group. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
You say they're not?
Yes.
I was a dweeb.
Are not in the cool kids group.
I was a dweeb until until I was
accepted,
a junior.
Until you walked on the
then
set
you got
this
your
morning.
band group. There's
Well,
that.
watch Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
Breakfast Club has every different group. You could almost, of course, I'm sure it's tripled, like
that's
as well as
great
binary and
example.
trans and all this
I wish
other
we
crap.
had that. Can you find the clip from Ferris Bueller?
I watched that the other
You
day.
got the jocks, the dweebs, the
Stoners.
the stoners, the boners, the principal's Ed's assistant.
Yeah, that was so good. I saw that the other day.
But they don't have a place to fit in, and now all of a sudden, mainstream media is giving them a place to fit in.
Well,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
And I think everyone in that age area is looking to fit in. And I mean, when you're uncomfortable in your body, who the heck wasn't uncomfortable in their body when they were
Right.
12 to 20?
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, and when you look at all these influencers, and all we've done is locked our kids up for 2 years. So we were afraid of them going outside because they might get a pandemic. And now they've stuck inside under Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and every other horrible influence in the world instead of throwing a football.
Let's see
true.
if I can get back to live. Oh, there we go, live. There we go. I don't know how that did that. Nice shirt, brah.
I know.
So,
we were catching
on
up.
that subject, did anybody see part 3 of Louder with Crowder's Change My Mind?
I
about
saw a little
transgender?
bit of it. I saw part 2, and that little prick
Part-
just announced,
Part 3
annoyed
was really
the shit
good,
out of
though.
me.
Yeah, part 3 was good because this kid kept just kept coming up with rebuttal, and then Steven would, squelch that, and then he'd come up with something else, and then, it was a lot of points came out, and that dude was just, he almost had to, admit that, he was screwed up about
Yeah,
it.
he said, well, if all that's true, then I guess I would have to agree with
Right.
you.
Right,
Right?
right.
But I still want to go back to part 2 and slap the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to talk radio all the time, all day
He was
long.
a dweeb.
And the only thing that makes me change stations because I like the people I'm listening to is the freaking callers. They will
right.
break me. I'm at the
Right.
point I don't want the opposite opinion. You're not changing my mind. Get off my radio.
Kelly, do you have a hickey or something?
No.
No, the vampire came last night.
No, it's a little bit chilly, so I put the scarf on. Plus, no, I don't.
I really love your hair, by the way. I love that
Oh,
color.
thank you. Yes,
Looks
I got some.
awesome.
I got some
It
purple.
looks
in
really good.
It does look good.
No, I spray tanned my face this morning, and then my friend came over whose 6-month-old son passed away, and so of course there was no spray tan left on the face, so I had to redo it, and then I didn't do my neck, so but whatever.
That would be
That's why I have a
Link.
scarf on. What?
Would that be Link?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So had he?
Truly, oh my Lord, heartbreaking.
That is.
Yeah.
Yes. Tragic.
And
Yes.
What was the reason behind what happened?
Well, officially they're calling it SIDS, but he choked when he was napping, and he was without oxygen for too long. So
That's
there was no
sad.
turning back. Yeah. Yep. Tragic. And then we're coming up at the 4-year anniversary of our situation, so it's just like hits home so much more.
Oh,
And
boy.
of course, found out with Jim also.
yeah, I just had the 33rd year anniversary
Wow.
of Elise.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
hard. I can't look back at it. I don't know. I can't look back. I don't look back at it as a with grief or anything because that situation didn't happen. There's no Hannah today.
Right.
So and the 2
Yep.
months with Elise were the possibly the best 2 months of my life with my kids.
And Hannah is awesome. I mean, I met you guys
Mm-hmm.
out at
That's
Paradise.
what Tia said the other day.
Yeah, she is super
or a
cool,
while
man.
back.
That girl is strong. You can tell she had a good daddy influence.
Thank you. Some days I'm like, I said something
Maybe she's.
I was in working out at the gym on Sunday afternoon, and somebody said I was saying something. We have a contest at the gym outside of the classes who rows the most meters this month, and I'm in the hunt for that. And somebody said something about the rules, and I'm like, well, the rules are whatever they end up being, however they change them to be, however they want them to be after the fact.
So you're cheating.
And so she goes, and one of the girls that was in there is Hannah's good friend, and she goes, yeah, Hannah gets upset about those kind of things. And I'm like, well, to be honest, she comes by it honestly, because
I don't know where
she is, after all, her father's daughter. And
In my opinion, you cannot have too strong of a woman. Sorry.
Lord
I
Almighty.
agree. Totally
But
Beth Dutton.
But they're commonly referred to as a bitch in the business world. Where
Because
they would
they
just
climb.
be No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if a woman acts the same way a man acts over a situation, the woman's a bitch and the man is a savvy businessman.
Right.
And what's your point?
No, my point is, I am all for
They're both classy.
raising strong girls, strong women, because then you don't have to worry about them being taking advantage of by a man.
Your sarcasm was wasted, Jim.
Yes, it just went.
What do you say?
What are we talking about today?
We have a whole list.
I didn't get an agenda.
Well, I didn't either, but I'm just going off the emails that I sent.
Give us a subject.
Hey, Kelly, what about that video we watched? Watch the Water.
Oh yeah.
Was
that on the list?
That was
not?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was on the list, wasn't it, Jim?
Yeah, because we watched it on Monday.
It was one of the things we want to talk about a little bit, at least.
Yeah.
It's too long
a lot
to play.
of people watched that. A lot of people watched that.
You know what I thought about that list? That video. It's an hour. Watch the Water's 59 minutes, and I actually thought about playing that whole video and stopping and commenting here and there.
I think that'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Just playing the whole thing and letting it and trying to get it out there a little bit. Are you paying attention on Facebook? By the way.
Am I paying attention? Oh yeah, I'm watching the comments.
I can't.
Oh wait a minute, I missed a few. Yeah.
Mine's not connecting on this iPad.
Scott.
What'd he say?
Sorry. He said if I shake this mic more than twice, I'm playing with it.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God.
With the pony?
That goes along with one of our subjects, though, Scott.
What, with the pony? Sorry.
No. We'll get to it, Greg. Oh my gosh.
It's not the sex in school, is it? The teachers.
No, this is about an airplane situation.
Oh.
Scott made
How did that come up the other night? I found that video. Did that come up when we were on the Zoom
No,
call?
I sent it to you. I was watching Crowder and I screen recorded it and sent it to you.
Yeah. Did you send that one to Todd?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, 2 days ago. I was going back and just I didn't notice that you.
Email then?
You're talking about the Crowder video?
Yes.
That you sent 2 days ago. I do.
Okay.
It's gonna.
But you guys don't.
No.
Let's roll it. Real quick.
I've got to. You would ask that after.
Right.
She just now
Okay.
talked about it, and I'm just now opening it for the first time. But yeah, I was looking at the stuff she sent today. But God forbid you should talk about any of that stuff.
Well, hey, are you ready with any of that stuff?
Yeah,
We could
any
go
of
with
that
that
stuff you
first.
could play.
Play that
anything.
play that Shanghai video.
This is the one Jim kept wondering what the heck I was playing. So.
The Shanghai?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick. It's sick. It's disturbing.
See, well, no one's looking. We're all looking at Russia. Shanghai is
It's
probably-
going on right now.
And Kelly just left the
They actually look like stormtroopers.
Yeah, the dark side. Interesting.
So why are they all in hazmat suits? Are they all freaking chemically?
Why is the screen black? Everything.
The
Just
Facebook
quit.
thing went blank. Oh, now it's coming back.
Just watch, talk. Don't worry about
What?
what you're seeing on your screen.
Yeah, Jim.
I'm,
Are
If
you
you're
playing
truly a
media magic
megalomaniac,
back
not a
there?
megalomaniac. If you're truly omnipotent, you should know all this.
just
What are they? What
Kelly's
are they
not,
doing?
Kelly's not in our thing again.
Oh.
Hold on.
So I don't know this video. So I don't know
Is
what
that
they're
about?
doing.
Isn't that about that? What's going on in China? That massive lockdown.
Oh yeah, that's
like
true.
it's horrific, right?
Yeah, they have locked the whole place.
Yes.
down.
And
They
it's
will-
like really bad over there. And I guess some Americans are trapped in that mess. Of course, I wouldn't be in
I-
China if I was an American.
Oh,
but,
hell no.
right?
Hell
I don't
no.
really give a shit, but they're that stupid
No.
to be there.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, fuck it.
Absolutely.
Oops.
I'm with you, dude. I don't
Well,
But
even
it's
wanna,
insane.
I don't even
it's-
want to leave the free
it's-
state of Florida.
But that's
Yeah.
crimes against humanity.
What about
Sorry,
Panama?
that's
That's
crimes
awful.
against humanity.
What about what?
Panama.
I mean, right now I'm leaning toward Mexico because it's got to be just about empty, doesn't it? There's got to be some cheap land. Is that a bad attitude?
So-
I've never been to
No.
Panama, but I'll go with
So
you.
I couldn't see the video, but
It's a
Oh,
bunch
it's horrible. They're
it's-
just kidnapping people off the street and shoving them into like this concentration camp.
That's called
So they're
disappearing.
just kidnapping people
That's
for
called
Yes.
no reason?
Well, allegedly.
because they broke the
COVID.
rules.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were all locked down severely. Like, it's really bad over there, right?
That's
well, yeah,
why
they're
they shouldn't
supposed
be
to be
out.
like locked in their apartment buildings.
So if you get out, then they come and get you? Is that what it... I bet you
I
that's
don't
what's
know.
going on. I wouldn't be
It's-
surprised.
yeah. There.
All
If
I
you
know-
come out of your house, they're going into the old locked concentration camp, quarantine camp.
Disappearing.
Yeah, it's just sick.
They sell your
I mean, I
organs
can't
and-
take it.
You got to make an iPhone, a couple pair of Nikes, and then you're killed.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
jeez.
You can, you
Yep.
get killed after that. You can't get out of jail. You don't get to get out of
I
jail
don't know.
after making a couple pair of Nikes.
They call it disappearing.
Yeah.
Right.
So the kids there grow up as sex slaves, right?
No, I don't know about that.
Well, it seems like everything's about sex. It's just disgusting. It's just becoming so unreal. It's just
The human
mind-boggling.
trafficking.
So
Yes.
Kelly, did you want to play this Crowder clip, like in its
If we're
entirety?
ready
Because
to
it
move
looks
on
like
to
it's
that
a while.
subject,
It looks like it's
it's
a
pretty
long,
crazy.
but it looks like it's a long clip. Are we good for it?
It's how long is that? Like 5 minutes.
Are we going to play it? Ready,
It's up to Jim.
Jim?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. It's outrageous.
A man was arrested.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of how to. A man was arrested for servicing himself on a Southwest flight from Seattle to Phoenix 4 times.
Southwest makes sense.
Well, no, for context, that's only a 2-hour, 48-minute flight.
Wow.
We actually,
Four?
and by the way, I think we actually have a picture of the man in question. We have the exclusive.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what is this?
He just backdoored
is
it in
not
with
real.
the
The
asexual.
picture's
That's not
not
it at
real.
all. Let me read a quote for you. It says the man in question is accused of
That's not
masturbating
real.
4 times in the seat next to a
is
female passenger. The woman took pictures of the man while he was asleep and gave them to Phoenix police when she landed. I
Wait.
mean, she's lucky that she caught him when he was sleeping. I mean, after what,
He
a
had
20
time to sleep?
Yeah, after a
she should be
24-second
arrested
refractory
for being
period.
like a peeping tom voyeur kind of shit.
Maybe she was naked first.
Yeah, maybe she shouldn't have been looking.
Kelly, what are you watching?
It's Stephen. It's louder with Crowder.
I know that part, but I thought this was going to be
What happened?
politically
Well, I
charged
quit playing it
content.
because
That's
if we're
enough-
going to talk
that's
about
enough
it,
of that.
I
That's enough
don't
of
want
the clip.
to sit on a still of
Because
them.
I said Jim and I both said
talk
none
over
of
him.
these things ever happened to us because it would not have ended the same way. You know, she waited till the flight was over and then reported the situation to the police. No. It would have been handled within the first 30 seconds if he was seated next to me.
Throat punch.
Come on, wait. I'm on.
Throat punch.
They would have landed. They would have landed
No.
the freaking plane.
It would have been a
Well,
throat punch.
probably. If I was on there.
So we got to listen to 5 minutes
The
of
plane gets
masturbation on the
diverted
plane.
back to
Well, that's the thing. I
Indianapolis.
think that's
Right.
the point of it.
Yeah, because
So-
I would have stood up and just started screaming right after I punched him in the face.
Nice. I'd have smoked a cigarette.
No.
That's afterwards.
No.
If he can
Yeah,
jerk
right.
off, if he
I'm
can
confused.
jerk off, I can smoke.
No. He's getting punched in the face.
Too
Are we
funny.
chasing Jim off?
Yeah, I think he's going to.
He's
He's got to
I
be
mean, he
alone.
had to
He's
go
changing
take
the
care of
channel.
something.
He's googling My Little Pony.
No, but
No.
that's just insane. I mean, as strict as they are on airplanes about every freaking thing you do,
Oh my God! I almost
how
got.
that went.
I almost got thrown off. Me and my wife were flying in first class. We're the first people at the plane door. I've got luggage up and down my body, and my paper mache mask fell down to the tip of my nose. Not even under my nose, to the tip of my nose.
Oh.
And the
Yeah.
the flight stewardess comes out and says, "We can take care of this right now. I can just ask you to get off this plane." And I'm thinking to myself, all of my incredible smart aleck comments and comebacks. I'm going, this chick has the power to throw me off this plane right now, you know. And
That's insane.
I know. So I bowed, put all my stuff down, pulled my mask up a centimeter, and then got in my freaking seats 1 and 2.
You were just down a little, and
Oh.
she
Yeah,
mask,
it wasn't even under my nose.
she just mask Nazi'd you.
Mask Nazi. Yes,
Oh,
totally. It was a total power
that
trip
is
because then I
insane.
realized they could put me on a no-fly list for that, you know, and I really
Right.
wanted to get back home. I was really looking forward to that at some point. So I played
It
along. I sucked
literally
it up.
is. It's a power trip, is all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you can't get a
Total
cocktail
power
anymore,
trip.
even though I played
That's
$1
where
billion.
I think you should be able to headbutt her and move on to your seat.
And I agree. And as soon as I give up on air travel completely, which I'm not far from,
Right.
I'm going to do that.
I'm thinking about like a 1-ton Duramax diesel dually,
Yeah?
and then just traveling the country.
Dude,
You know,
I'll ride with you.
Stop in Atlanta, stop in Charlotte, stop
You
in
know how much
Baltimore.
diesel fuel
Go.
is right now?
$5.50. But no,
$5, over
you know,
$5, yeah.
Back when air travel was fun, and I had, you know, I've got all kinds of perks and bennies, but because I don't use them anymore.
Bennies?
Bennies, not pennies. I have pennies too if you need some. But my max used to be like Atlanta. I'd drive to Atlanta. Now I'm at 12, 16 hours before I'm willing to put up with what they put you through.
Right. Me too.
There we go.
Are you still trying to? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get the.
Little pony out of the stable.
Elon Musk. See, that should be our next president and vice president,
Little
right
pony
there.
out of the stable.
Right there.
Sorry.
You shouldn't be allowed.
Or
on
the
a,
stallion out of the corral. However
you
you
shouldn't
choose
be
to-
allowed on a plane either.
Oh, jeez.
However you choose.
How about the
to-
black stallion? Oh, did I get racial there?
Yes, Jim will
Let me
make it
just
that way.
say, if Katanji's on the bench, you can go a lot further than this and not get in trouble.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Katanji
for sure.
Black Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so what a bad week. She got confirmed. That was just sad.
Well, like there was a question about it. I
Right.
vented
Just
on that a
awful.
month ago. It's just theater. Lindsey Graham gets to get up there and get his 2 seconds of sound bites in and do nothing. I mean, these guys are clowns.
Praise America. That's what he's good at.
Yeah, all he does is talk. He's done nothing.
Yeah, he's talked and then he betrays us every time.
Yeah,
he says
you're
one
right.
thing and he does it the other every frickin' time.
He was the biggest Trump
Yep.
supporter ever till Trump left office. He said, "I never liked that guy."
Yeah. He's a douche.
He
Lindsey
is.
Graham.
And there's so many
Yeah,
of them.
did you see when he went out on a limb and he was like, I will not be voting to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson.
That's
I'm
after.
like, oh, No, it was before.
He knew it didn't
but
make a difference. His vote didn't
Exactly.
make a
Right,
difference.
because his
So-
vote didn't matter.
Right, he already
No.
knew Mittens and Murkowski and
no.
Collins were all.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
that's,
buddy.
That's when he did that. It's such a game. man.
Guillotine.
Vote all these people out.
Guillotine.
I like that. I'm for it, dude. All for it.
Public square type shit.
Yeah. You got
That's
me.
what I'm talking about.
I think hanging should be involved.
Well, part of that
Wouldn't you
conspiracy.
rather watch their head
Right?
get their head lopped off and roll down into a basket?
I mean, I
You
like
know,
it in theory, but
But Cliff,
sounds
but
gross.
Cliff said one thing. He said, actually, what we should do is string them up and drain them slowly and let them be miserable. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but just
Are you talking
let
about
it drawn
pedophiles?
out for a long time, and then they just go away.
Right. The old,
Painful.
Braveheart up on the stone slab.
Yeah.
And,
Freedom! Well, some of the things that this video that I sent you about COVID, they were talking about when Trump added 350 million or plus money to Gitmo, and that they added all this space for Gitmo because of all the people that are going to be locked up. I don't believe any of that
That
stuff.
would be lovely.
It really would be.
Yep.
So what's after plane jacking off?
Okay, so I forgot about this. I didn't send any video regarding this, but did everybody, was everybody scratching their head in amazement when they realized that the shooter on the New York subway,
Was
none
black?
of the cameras were working.
That's because he's a
interesting.
black supremacist.
And there's like 4 other situations where cameras weren't working.
Yeah.
It was the Las Vegas shooting, the Epstein suicide,
Some guy in
the,
Sweden suicide.
some other suicide, Jean-Luc Brunel. Who is that?
Yeah, I know, it's funny. And then now we've got a white guy shooting
And now
a
the
black
New
cop
York City
recently.
subway.
Did y'all hear
the-
how many shell casings they found?
No, tell us.
Well,
33.
It was in like in the 30s.
Nice.
Yeah,
Conspiracy?
yeah.
No, it's all really freaky. But now, of course, they got a new white guy that shot a black guy. So now all that subway shooting stuff will go away. As
Oh, the
this-
police. Yeah.
Yeah, as this guy
The
had
police.
a 2017 YouTube rant about how he hates Jews and.
Well,
says
he
all
has
you
he
white
had a
people
rap
on
sheet a
camera
mile
right
long.
now.
Oh
A
yeah.
rap sheet a mile long.
Well, same with the Sacramento shooters. They're rounding them up. All 4 were for felons. None of them should have had guns to begin with. California's got the strictest gun laws anywhere, and they all had guns, domestic violence charges. They all got released early. One of them even got a $7,500 settlement from the prison.
Yeah, I heard that today.
So here's some money. Go get some ammo. Have fun.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And
It's
so what do we
amazing
do?
the
We
people whose family, elderly family and stuff are suffering and not able to live, and the money that we're giving to, freed criminals and illegal aliens, and illegal aliens are making jack.
Oh, I know. And
Bank,
think
yeah.
if you're an illegal trainee.
With a pony.
Yeah, with the pony. I think you're guaranteed
In,
work in the government.
In California, you're paying you $900 a month. extra.
It's
Well,
just
no,
so
they
insane.
get 900. What's that for? Oh, that's in Palm Springs. That I don't know that that's
if you
enacted
identify,
yet, but that's
if
what
you
they're.
identify as something.
Yeah, if you identify
Yeah.
as non-binary or
Yeah, how
What?
tough is that? What's the test? You just say it? Give me my check?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
In any language?
Just say you're a computer memory bank or something like that. a
universal
computer
basic
chip, right?
income if you're tranny or non-binary.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think they deserve it.
Yep.
Or an illegal. No, I look at all this and then
Well, they don't get $900 a month. They just get a debit card.
oh, well, yeah, that's one step before digital
These guys
currency.
are all whacked out. What the heck's going on with the guys and gals in government? They're just
They're trying
way
to bankrupt
out there.
us.
They're buying votes.
oh, I know.
Well,
what
and they're-
happens if America goes bankrupt?
Well, they say that
That's the
Hispanics
goal.
have already switched, to they're all Republicans now because of how bad we've messed it up. But I think they're just trying to collapse everything. They break it, then they offer the only solution to fix it.
Scott said, "Are you sure it wasn't 45 Trump shell casings?
I don't know what side to
45
look at that from.
shell casings."
No, it's 33. I could play the news segments for you if you want.
That's okay. super not important. So
Right
I
over
see,
the top.
I see you got Elon Musk queued up. It looks like
Yes,
that would be fun.
yes, that's what I was just getting ready to say.
So yeah, that picture behind us a while showed Trump and Musk, and I thought, what a great combo for president and vice president.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Man, Elon Musk just blows me away. I mean, I didn't like him at first because he took all these government subsidies. I mean, we the people basically bought him an electric car company. But now I love every word out of his mouth. He is the best troll since Trump.
He is a super troll,
He
yes.
seems-
And
Oh,
he
isn't
does
that-
not care.
Isn't that
He does not
awesome to
care.
get all the money from the government, even though the government's trying to destroy us Americans? And he's in there, at least he's doing something, and he's going to try to take over Twitter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just.
And freedom of speech can come back on Twitter?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
That's what this
Yeah,
that's what
he
this clip
says.
is about.
Yeah.
That's what this clip is
let's-
I
about.
did see it. It was awesome.
Let's watch
Okay,
it.
well, here, let's watch it.
And a good sign as to whether there's free speech is someone you don't like allowed to say something you don't like. And if that is the case, then we have free speech. And it's damn annoying when someone you don't like says something you don't like. That is a sign of a healthy, functioning free speech situation.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. He
Yep.
is
Yeah.
just literally terrifying the people at Twitter.
Oh,
Terrifying.
their little neophyte brains.
I'm
are
sure it's
exploding.
gone. I'm sure it's going further than that, don't you? It's got to be going through the government too. They're probably freaking out too.
Well, oh yeah.
everyone.
Well,
Well,
I
I'm
think the
sure.
Saudi prince is.
Because then Trump can
down
come
the-
back on Twitter. Yes.
Yeah.
I think the Saudi prince, some Saudi princes shut down the takeover at the moment,
How can you
saying
do that?
no,
What?
no to it.
How can you do that if he buys the
How?
stock?
He's a major shareholder. There has to be some before it, unless it's going to end up being hostile.
That's what it is.
But there's some. I didn't get a chance to look into it.
Well, apparently they offered him a board seat, and he turned it down
Well, 'cause-
because
They
Because
were
he
gonna
wouldn't
limit
be able
him.
to tweet
Right.
if he did that.
well he would
No, because
he
he
would
wouldn't
still
be able to own enough.
yeah he couldn't own over like 17%.
It was 50,
Is it 15%?
14.9 is the most he could have.
Yeah.
And he
So
said,
he turned it down.
No, thank you. Here's 43 billion. I think that is just so awesome.
I
Now,
agree, Josh.
The whole world will be against him on this, and then he'll be the
Hmm.
biggest pariah since Putin or Saddam.
Putin.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a crap. And I just
Yeah.
realized recently he's either self-diagnosed or has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, which I don't know a ton about.
Yeah.
But everybody that is on that spectrum that has a talent seems to be a genius. You know,
Yes.
musicians going back to the beginning of time. You know, a lot of these brilliant scientists all have some sort of autistic spectrum thing. I just think he's amazing.
Josh,
He is, but Josh just brought up a good point. Sorry, Jim, were you getting ready to say that?
I don't know. Yeah.
About
yes. Yes.
he doesn't trust him.
Yes.
He's total global warming fan.
You don't trust him
And-
Global warming.
more than Twitter now? I mean, can it get worse?
No,
that what-
it can't.
that's not
It can't
the
get much
question.
worse. But he's like he's anti fossil fuels, and he's all about fixing the global warming.
Oh, geez.
You
No,
know,
he
with
goes-
everybody getting a battery powered car.
He goes
I
above
don't know
and
that
beyond
that's
that.
his deal.
No,
I don't
it's
know
not.
that that's necessary. I don't know that I've heard. I know he's all about the global warming stuff. I don't know that
No, he is
that's-
anti fossil fuel. I heard him say.
Yeah,
it
but he
today.
also said pump more gas because we're not ready to transition. And
Well-
he sells electric
Correct.
cars.
I don't understand how you can be anti fossil fuel and be for electric cars, because that's what powers electric cars.
I've never heard him be anti-fossil fuels. I just know he's pimping electric cars.
Go watch the Leslie Stahl interview.
But the other
I just
thing,
watched it
if we
today.
want to go even farther,
I
whack
can't
job.
watch Leslie Stahl. That's
If we
Oh,
want
I
to go
know,
one
she
step
is
farther,
such a bee.
the reason he wants to populate Mars is because climate change is going to ruin the Earth, and because he's afraid of transhumanism.
Right.
No, transhumanism, which is something not transsexual, but he's convinced that we're going to go to AI influenced and half man,
Right.
half machine people that will destroy the world too.
Yes.
I think that that's a concern.
right.
The
Oh,
transhumanism is a concern.
Spiritually,
I totally agree.
think
But I don't think
it
he's
is,
left. I
and
don't think he's
but
left or right.
spiritually, he is. No. He's completely
Spiritually what?
spiritually way out there. Way out there.
All I know is I love him. I love anybody that makes waves. You can't make Twitter worse, period. I don't care what you did. There's nothing you
Right.
can do to make it worse. Nothing.
Yeah. No, I agree. I love the fact that he's making all of them squirm.
Oh, I love it.
just
I want
cracks
a
me
total
up.
I want a total walkout. I
Yes.
want him to just go, "Hi, I'm Elon, you're all
They
fired."
said they said at Twitter everybody had to have a 2-hour period where they went in their safe space.
They took the day off.
After
What?
They
after-
took the day off when he bought 9.2%. That is so awesome.
Yes. And they had to go to their safe spaces.
And here's your government
Oh
binky.
my gosh.
But also,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is so cutting edge. So the Ukraine war broke out, and within a week, he launched a rocket into space and put 47 Starlink satellites around Ukraine so they could get internet. Now, I've seen Ukraine. It doesn't look like there's a lot of people playing video games or anything, but I just thought it was amazing how
No.
fast he could react to that. And right now, he's trying to globalize
Yeah.
the internet with satellites and make it somewhat free. Now, I don't believe that either, but I believe he has.
Oh my God, it's like that movie.
I believe he has the technology to do that now. Free, I never believe.
The Kingsman
Right.
with the free cell phones.
Oh yeah.
But now wait a minute. The government provides all kinds of stuff to us for free. You're lying, Scott. I mean, you're lying, Pat.
Yes,
Greg.
they do. I'm just saying he's a private. He's not the government. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
I know. I'm joking.
Yes,
I'm joking. There's nothing for free.
I
It comes
get
out
it.
of our pockets.
Oh hell yeah, taxes.
But I'm just amazed by the guy.
Yeah.
I can't wait for everyone to cry.
He is. He is amazing, and he does a lot of great stuff.
And I
Yeah.
don't really care how you feel about climate change. You're not going to stop it if it's real, and you're not going to change it by having coal-powered cars. So they can rant and rave all they want.
Right.
They're not changing a
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
period.
Just like that little actress.
Right.
What was her name?
I don't
A
know
couple
that.
years ago.
Shoot.
That little-
Yes.
Long-haired brown little haired girl.
Thunberg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Greta.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Thunberg.
That was
Greta.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greta.
Yeah.
Ugh. I dread that, Greta.
What's your opinion, Faja, on Elon?
Yes.
Like Josh
What'd you
said,
say?
I'm not sure I completely trust him. He seems to be 100% on point with the free speech situation with the First Amendment. Let's say, I'm not sure where he stands on the Second Amendment.
Right.
He was a part of all the global
I don't
warming
know.
shit, and I don't have any respect for anybody that buys into that shit.
He probably
But buying
likes.
beachfront property if you're so into it.
Well, and it sells a lot of electric cars.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know,
I mean,
I don't
again,
know.
I've gotten over the whole climate change things. Believe
Agreed.
it or
Well,
not.
I
Believe it or
think
not,
it's
I
kind of
don't
the point
care.
where we just can't trust people.
Yeah,
You know, is he really who he
but he's not running for.
appears to be?
He's not running for office. He's buying Twitter.
Yeah, I mean that would be
Right,
if he
right.
made that move in the in the big picture of things. If he made that move, that would be amazing.
Oh my God! I mean, I won't even get on Twitter, and I haven't been on it really for a decade because I saw the decline at a breakneck pace, and it's ridiculous that you can just ban people for any reason, really.
You can put
It's
hardcore
sick.
porn on there.
It's just
You
sick.
can?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll
Yeah.
get back on it.
Right.
So, speaking of that Second Amendment, that's the right to bear arms, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the free speech
No.
one, right? The bear arms, right?
Yes.
So, everyone saw that Biden piece of crap, right? The clown with
Yeah.
the gun
Ghost
and
guns.
the ghost gun. And did anyone see the bird shit on him?
Yeah.
Maybe that was a different episode.
No, but do you
It was
realize
so
that mass
funny.
shooting happened the next day?
Mm.
The mass shooting happened the next day after that gun speech.
Interesting.
I
Can you
thought-
say planned?
Yeah.
Hello?
No.
Yeah. How much do they pay him?
Their shit is just so out of control with their false flags and their
Yep.
fake bullshit.
Yeah, they're setups. You know, January 6th was a setup. We
Total
just found out
setup.
the Whitmer, Governor Gretchen Whitmer thing was a FBI setup.
Yes, total setup.
I mean, now January 6th, we haven't proven that yet, and people are still in jail.
One guy,
Well,
which we talked about
that
last
just
week,
came out
killed
today.
himself.
Yeah, I heard.
That there was 20 FBI agents embedded in all that mess.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and they've embedded in all these, quote, white supremacist, extremist, right-wing groups, too, just for the purpose of setting them up and taking them down.
Yes. And egging them on, yes.
Just think if we used all of our power for good and for the good of our country. Just think if we used all our resources, all our power, all the CIA, FBI, all the judges, the politicians. Just think how great we could make the world if everything was for a good, non-corrupt reason.
It would be amazing.
Well, that's true, but that's not realistic. There's good and evil in the world, so.
And as Reagan said, and I don't know if he was quoting somebody or if he said it, but, you know, power corrupts and...
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yep, absolute power.
Yep.
That
And
was Churchill, I think.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah. And, you know, genius, we know who Churchill was.
Yes.
There's just... There's got to be...
What's so sad is... Go ahead.
There's got to be some civil disobedience. People have got to start standing up and saying no.
Look what happened January 6th. That's what they were doing peacefully then until the feds opened the doors. You know, are you willing to risk the next 18 months in jail without seeing your kids? Or, I mean, think of what your audience would do.
Well, they didn't really say that. They just opened the door and said, go through, right?
Yeah, and then they arrested them all and threw them in jail for 2 years.
And then media, yeah, interesting, huh?
They ushered them in.
Yeah, they didn't lock the freaking front door.
Here's your popcorn and free soda in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say you got... I don't know if anybody's seen the screen. I'm sure you all have. But when you look back from the Capitol, it looked like Obama's immaculation. There were so many people there. There was only 50 or something that stormed the Capitol. But the only picture you see is people climbing the wall and going in the front door. Now, if you saw that sea of people out there, wouldn't you lock the freaking door?
Yeah, if that wasn't the plan.
Well, yeah, they unlocked it.
I'm just going
it
to
was
the
an
very
open
basics.
door policy.
Yeah,
they were letting people in the back.
I know what actually
happened. They were moving the gate, the barricade.
They probably had signs way in.
They were moving the barricade aside and letting people through the barricade in the back to go in.
No, I mean, you could go on forever. You know, Trump offered 10,000 troops. Pelosi said, "Oh no, thanks, we got this."
You know, again, I'll go back to all you two-faced piles of shit who have spent your whole life saying how the government sucks and, you know, fuck the man. Your whole life are now sucking the man's.
I just don't see the solution.
Yeah.
I love civil disobedience, but okay, where do you start? Our school board?
Well, I'll tell you what. Where one place you would have started is the whole mask thing.
No, but
everybody
I'm talking about today. Screw yesterday, and that wouldn't have made a difference in the world. It truly wouldn't have. But I agree with you. To me, you got to go super local.
Wait a minute.
If we all didn't wear masks, you think anything would have changed?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and business owners said, "No, I'm not going to do it."
Now, business owners, if they didn't shut down, that would have made a big difference.
And the no mask thing, like they're trying to make people do it. If we did, you know, if people could be a little more creative, I would take my kid. I'm going to do whatever I can to see that my grandkids never go to public school.
No, I agree with that, and I think that's where it's got to start.
I think you darken the door.
You got to start with the school boards and dog catchers and your local government, because obviously you can't just go.
And, you know, and I'm guilty. I've said I'm going to go to school board meetings, but I haven't gone yet.
I decided to not reproduce. That was my solution.
That was a blessing on humanity.
But no, I don't agree with that because I never wore a mask.
I didn't either.
Any of the grocery stores, any of that crap, and no one said a word to me.
But I'm just saying,
really?
But I'm
I
just
got
saying.
yelled at.
Yeah,
No.
I'm just saying.
Nazi at
If we all
minor.
didn't do that, walk this out for me. How would that have changed how we got to where we're at right now, where no one's wearing a
We
mask?
wouldn't have had.
It was
we
a
may
test.
not have had the mask formation psychosis.
Oh wow!
which is the scary. I'm scared.
They wouldn't have
Wanna
been
be
able to go
safe.
past the 2 weeks, the 15 days to,
Right.
to
Right.
whatever.
Yes.
Now I think the small business angle is legitimate. You know, if everyone had just said "screw you," I'm not closing my business. I think that would have been
Right.
strong
Exactly.
for sure.
That's true.
And I mean,
Yep.
as far as
But they
symbolism
wanted them to
goes,
close their businesses.
No, I
the
agree.
government wanted all those little small businesses to go out. Period.
so they could get Amazon money. No, and I
Yeah.
and I agree. Not figuratively, but as symbolistically, that not wearing the mask would have made a difference for sure. But it's I just don't see what you plan to do, Jim, to do your civil disobedience. I mean, I get symbolism, that's great, but I don't know how you fix a problem that's so corrupt, so dirty, so high up, and they have all the power. I mean, I got a handgun. That's not going to take long for me to run out of ammo.
Well, Pat, somebody's got to lead the way, Pat. Somebody's got to make the first move.
Right.
And you got to be willing to die for your beliefs to make this first move so that other people will follow you.
And if
Yeah,
I believed
you're
what I
right.
could do could make a difference, I would do that. I truly would. I just don't know what that answer is. I'm not saying don't. I'm really not. I'm not disagreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than I don't feel, I just think I don't know where to go. Where do you go?
I kind of wonder if this will happen, and I hope it doesn't. Where we're into the darkest hours, and then we all rise. I hope it doesn't get. We don't wait till that long, but
Well, I
there's
think-
definitely going to have to be.
They're
some
going to
rise,
pull it on us
period.
again.
Oh,
They're
I
going
know.
to try and pull it again.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. They're already making preparations right now.
Did
No,
you
I
notice
totally
who
agree.
I saw? I forget. I can't remember the list, but it was 20 or 30 people, all Democrats: Pelosi, Hillary, Obama, who've contracted COVID in the last
Yeah.
week. Right?
Yeah,
You know,
isn't
they're-
it
so
interesting?
stupid.
I
I don't
saw
even
that, and I
believe
was
it.
like, this
I don't
is
even
a
believe
stunt.
it. I don't believe it.
This
I
is
don't-
a stunt. Like, oh, here comes
Yep.
the COVID. The next.
Yep.
I don't believe it.
Philadelphia's
End of the tower
already
20.
given the order that they're going to mask up again.
See,
Oh,
so we can
screw
do the
you.
mail-in ballot again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's exactly it.
That's
Right.
what it is.
Exactly
It's
it.
a big scam to steal the elections again.
Right.
Well,
They know
isn't
they're going to
there-
get slammed.
There's a bunch of midterm elections coming up in May 3rd.
Oh yeah, and
we have
June.
one here.
Yep, November. Yep.
So you've got to start the mass hysteria right now.
They made mass gains last Tuesday.
Mask gains?
Mass
gains. Who's they?
big gains. The Republicans
Was that like-
made big gains in every
Bingo.
place that held elections last Tuesday.
You mean the Republicans?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's scaring the shit out of them. Oops, Pat, I just cussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you owe $2 to the swear jar.
Here, I got you, Kelly.
Okay.
But fuck it, go ahead and pay it.
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
But seriously,
Whoops.
Kenosha,
Go ahead,
Wisconsin elected the first Republican mayor in 60 years or something.
Yep, they
No,
sure
I
did.
and that school board in Waukesha replaced them all with all new people.
Yes, they did.
Those
Well, and I
Three-
think
three new-
I think we are at a verge of a big change. They're still going to cheat like they do, but we're going to overcome it this time. But what we got to do is use the next 2, 4, 6 years to reverse everything, because they never, ever, 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 ever stop. Their agenda never slows down. They took 4 years off with Trump, and they still made progress because Trump
Well-
had to get stuff passed.
And then you also
Replaced
have the
them
Rhino
all with
Republicans that
new
do
people.
nothing with
Yes,
the
they
power.
did.
I mean, they just don't
Sabbath.
slow down. Because to me, Trump pushed them back a couple steps, and since then they've got 6 steps more forward.
Right, and that's why they've had to do it so fast, was because he set them back so far.
No, I know, but every single bill of these 2,500-page bills, that say they just have a cool name, all they do is set the infrastructure for the next Democrat leader, because they know at some point there's going to be another one.
They caved
Right,
on the
right,
ACA.
right.
They caved on defunding Planned Parenthood. They caved. We had all 3 branches,
I know, and Paul Ryan.
and Paul Ryan is a.
Well, and don't forget Turtleface.
Oh, yuck. They need to go.
Yes, they all do.
Who's Turtleface?
McConnell
McConnell.
and Lindsey Graham.
Graham.
God, these clowns. And
What a
the
joke.
problem is they pull the ladder up behind them. They make it impossible to unseat them because they have the checkbook. And it's
They
great.
really
Yep.
do need. They really do need to have term limits in
Yeah,
Congress.
but they're the
and
ones
Senate.
that
I'm
vote
sorry.
on term limits. How are they going to
Yeah,
pass
who's going to vote on it?
They need to have it.
No, what they
period.
need, we need to eliminate all money too. I mean, it shouldn't
Yeah.
take $1 billion or $2.5 billion to run for president.
To get somebody elected?
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just heard Ron DeSantis, which is fantastic. He has $100 million or something, which is awesome. But why do you need the $100 million? I mean, couldn't we use that for something better? Build the Florida
No
wall?
kidding. Yeah.
Well, you send it to Ukraine, right? Didn't President Biden
Build
just
the
send money?
wall.
Nikki
Yeah.
Fried's going to
Ukraine?
beat him, she says.
How much money she got?
$1 million.
Whoa. Nice.
Like
What did you say?
1.6.
She said what?
She's going to beat DeSantis.
Oh, whatever.
I
In
know.
her dreams.
Oh, she's not doing shit.
No,
No.
she's not.
So, Todd, do you have that Nikki Fried video?
No, it's actually kind of funny because after they realized how much of a lead DeSantis has over everyone, all the Democrats stopped sending money to Florida.
Yeah, the DNC is not supporting any Democrats
No.
in Florida.
Because they'd rather waste it somewhere else.
Hilarious. They know there's no chance.
Right.
Hell no.
And there's not. You rarely hear about governors of other states unless they're commies. But everybody from every state talks about
Yes.
how great DeSantis
Yes.
is and how he's done.
Yes. Yeah. Well, not everybody.
Everybody.
All the left-wing nuts think he's the devil.
It's the only one. Yeah. What do they call him? Just Devil Santis? Something like that.
Do you have it?
Yeah, he does.
I got to
Yeah.
go get something real quick.
Let's let Kelly come back and then we'll play it.
So
So
why
she-
didn't you go to the Nikki Fried rally and where was it?
Well, we did go. It was supposed to be in Milton,
yeah.
over on Dogwood, at the House of God, I guess it is. That's all I
Interesting.
can figure out. I don't remember the sign, but it said hog, H period, O period, G period on the
Wow.
front.
You sure you weren't at the Harley dealership?
I think they were going to have a Nikki Fried.
Free the pony.
Yeah, Nikki Fried or Nikki's Fried. I'd rather call her Nikki's
Yeah.
Fried.
Right.
Abortion rally
Oh, at the
at
church.
the House of God. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
What?
that's what I don't.
You're in
If
Milton,
you're having a Democratic,
in Milton.
if you're having a Democratic candidate's rally
sucks.
in your church, you're promoting abortion in your church.
Oh, yes, for sure. 100. 100. Yep.
Am I wrong?
Why didn't you go?
No, you are absolutely right.
There was nobody there. They canceled it
Oh, really?
That's
because
hilarious.
supposedly there was going to be protesters because of one of the controlled burns that she did in Panama City or whatever.
Garcon Point. They burned it to the ground by accident.
Oh, God.
Garcon Point was one of them.
Whoops.
Is that
Whoops.
5.1 mile or 5 mile?
It was the front page of the News Journal today. It
Yeah.
was a controlled burn that got out of
So
control.
supposedly because protesters were going to show up.
Nice.
But Tia and I were the only
Oh.
two people that showed up.
Man, that would have been great. You should
And
have
somebody on Twitter goes, maybe they were meeting around back. And I go, funny thing about that, we looked.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, she's got support.
So we didn't know that she was having a rally. This bitch is batshit too.
I don't know
She
a
is.
lot about her.
She lies. I mean, just they lie about shit.
It's the only chance they
So
have. They
she's
can't stand up
basically
there
Joe
and say,
Biden in Florida.
Todd, you have it.
She's Joe Biden trainee.
Joe
right.
Biden in Florida.
The trainee.
I'm sorry.
It's only 16 seconds long.
Yeah.
Jim,
What?
she sounds like Joe Biden because if nobody shows up at her rallies and she's a big fat liar.
Right. Watch this video.
Something very sad that happened today. Moments ago, Governor DeSantis signed the abortion ban in our state. So that's why we have to win. We have to win because he just moved us back 50 years.
They say that all the time. It's like they have a
So
playbook.
I don't know. Could you guys see the video?
Yeah, I see
Yes. There's like 12 people
I can't
there.
see it
it.
as
Yeah,
much.
that believe me. Yeah.
But do you see? You know what's funny thing about that is this is the governor's what?
Secretary of Agriculture or something like
This
that.
is the candidate for governor for the Democratic Party.
I'm finally getting on the
look at the
screen.
chairs.
2, 4, 6,
Look at the
8,
yeah, but
10.
look at
Cheap chairs.
look at all the different
Fold out.
ass chairs there are.
There's 10 people, and it says the Escambia Democratic Party on the banner, the $2
Yes.
banner behind
Oh
her.
yeah, they brought their own chairs.
Well,
One,
and,
two,
and
three,
actually, some of the Alabama
4,
fans must
5,
have had to go to
6,
the
7,
bathroom.
8, 9. It looks like 10
So that's a
people.
BYOC.
Yeah,
Bring your own chair.
yeah.
It looks like 10 people that aren't in blue T-shirts for the Democratic Party.
That's why we have to win.
Yeah.
Because he just set us back 50 years.
Tia wore a blue blouse to try and fit in.
Oh,
Wow.
is
You
it? Okay, was
planned your
that today?
outfit?
Oh, yeah, that's what she said today. She sent me a picture and said she was dressed like a Democrat. I
What-
said, oh, heck no.
What were you
You're
wearing?
too pretty to be a Democrat.
What were you wearing? Your elk costume?
I was wearing this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not back to the elk meeting again. That's Bullwinkle.
So, wasn't he an elk?
He was a moose.
You're right. Touche.
He
He's
was
a moose.
Give you that
I know.
one.
I
Spot
don't-
on.
I don't know
Show
difference.
but meanwhile, if you can pull that picture up, the other one, email Todd, and show the picture. She did find time to do something indoors at Santa Rosa County.
Eat ice cream?
She was speaking to another group, so I don't know if she hid and went off, but anyway, she had 10 in Pensacola.
Wow.
That's
10
so hilarious.
10.
Wouldn't you just quit?
That is
Wouldn't
hilarious.
you just quit and say, I had 16 seconds worth of content, but since no one's here, F you, I'm out.
We really were going to we were trying to get after Rebecca Jones, too, who's running against Matt Gaetz.
Oh, nice.
Whatever.
Matt
Good
Gaetz
luck.
is a superstar, man.
Supposed alleged felon from she had stalking charges or something against her, and I guess she
I
raised
see
like
it.
$300,000 on GoFundMe's to help defend her,
She's got 20.
but she never went to trial. Yeah, so there she is at some other
And they all look pretty pissed.
meeting.
I don't know anything about her, but any woman that stalks has stalking charges. I'm
And
not for her.
so anyway, that $300,000 from GoFundMe, she now lives on Pensacola Beach, renting a house out there for
Big Jack.
$3-4 grand a month, something like that.
I mean, wouldn't that be
Rebecca.
depressing? Once you quit politics, if I had to do the same speech for 12 people at a time, and you need, I don't know how many votes you need.
Biden became president doing
Well,
that.
that's a good point. He did it from his freaking basement.
From his basement.
Yeah. And even the geese hated him.
Just like 6 cars, like a drive-in movie.
Right.
6 cars.
That's a true story, man.
That's what
Oh,
they used to
man.
be. They'd drive up semicircle around the podium.
That's because they know they had it rigged, just like Hillary. That's why Hillary campaigned, one time every quarter during the Trump election, because she knew she had it rigged. I think they'll have a little bigger problem this time.
Yeah, she was. That was one of the things she thought they had that rigged. They thought they had
absolutely.
no idea what was coming down.
Right, and they
The
learned a
old
lot.
pike.
They learned a lot from that, and that's why they got big tech into it, because big tech and the Clintons are tight.
True dat. True dat. Did you see the new thing now that they're pumping out there that the Republican Party is could mean the end of democracy?
Good.
Yes. Oh, God. That is so
Jesus.
I'll
stupid.
vote for that. It's the same.
They're doing that here in Chicago,
Yeah.
in Illinois,
Oh.
with the governor. Oh, yeah.
With
It's
Beetlejuice.
disgusting.
It's the same.
Oh, that's the mayor.
Yeah.
It's just kind
It does.
so they did have an interesting newsreel the other day, and I don't know if it's fake. I kind of have a feeling it was real, where she cut out $64 million in defund the police in Chicago, which is, it's we call it Crook County.
I thought they were trying to refund the police there.
No, she cut the budget to defund the
What an
police.
idiot.
And crime is supposedly rampant. I mean, I will never take my Mustang in Chicago ever again, because I will get
No.
carjacked or killed, period.
Right.
It's that
right.
bad. It's awful.
Yeah.
Well, now they tell you not to wear expensive jewelry and
I was just getting ready to say that in California.
dress like a homeless guy, and then drive your drive your Volkswagen.
No, the Gremlin.
Yeah, Pacer.
Pinto.
No, I'd be petrified too, man. I'm so glad we're in Florida. We've been so lucky. Jim and I were talking about that this morning. I mean, we haven't had a Democrat governor since like the 80s. I don't think, maybe it was Lawton Childs. Since I've been here, it's been Republicans. And I mean,
We
even the
kind of
bad
did with
ones were
Charlie
good.
Crist.
Yeah, he was, but he still, wasn't a whack job.
Right.
Even Bill Maher realized it and admits it. He was on Rogan's podcast the other day, and I mean, he was saying, I haven't changed. It's just the Democrats got crazy, and they, the defund police thing. Who would have ever thought that was a thing?
And yet people still voted for them.
Yeah, somebody helped.
I mean, they let Portland.
Because the media.
They let them take over Portland.
Chaz. I know. Yeah. So great. It looked like it was running really
because
well.
People won't say fuck you.
It looked like it was running really well too.
Like here's what I'll tell you. When 100 of those store owners, they need about 1,000 of those store owners to kill the people running in through their door and looting.
I'm
right.
with you. And
Open up an AK-47 one time and it'll stop.
Right.
That's what I think the border would happen too.
Yep.
That's my plan. Yeah, I always say they think they hated Trump as president. Let me have a little run at that job.
At president?
Yeah.
Are you announcing?
Well, my closet's pretty full of
I'll be VP.
Shit, so, yeah.
Hey, dude, you got my vote. I'd take you over Trump.
Oh, my gosh.
So you're not gay if you don't vote for us.
There's your slogan.
That's right. That's right.
That's a great slogan.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone
Christ.
gets a pony.
Oh, God. You guys are insane.
The stuff that they just, it's mind-boggling every single day.
Every fucking day something new comes out. It's like, what the fuck's going to come out today?
Let me ask
We were
the
doing-
tranny.
Hey. We were doing so good until I said the S word.
Yeah, you started it, Kelly. You did.
Okay, bring us up to another subject, Kelly. What's next?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's talk about
I
that
just
water
getting
thing
ready
or
to pull
something.
it up. Well, hang on a minute.
What's this Reawaken America thing?
Oh, that's Dr. Artis. Yes, that's he's not talking about the watch the water. He's talking about the vaccine. Yes, go ahead, because that's what I was getting ready to talk about next. This vaccine information that's on Walgreens' website, but play that first.
Play Reawaken America.
Oh, there's a video?
tour?
Cool.
Is that what you're saying, Kelly? The Reawaken America tour?
Yes, it's about the vaccine, the
Okay.
lie about the vaccine being approved.
Just tell me when to stop. Here we
So
go.
let's just give you a reference where all your people can look this up, because I really hate when people just say stuff and you have no way to go figure out if he's telling the truth or not. I appreciate you guys thinking I'm telling the truth. So let's go tell you where to find it.
I know you're telling the truth because I checked it out.
Yes.
And I've had other people confirm it, including generals.
Good. All right, so the FDA creates what's called a fact sheet, and fact is spelled F-A-C-T, sheet.
Yep.
If you go to Google, go to DuckDuckGo, it doesn't matter what your search engine is. The search engine, not the URL address. Don't do this. Go to a search engine and type in FDA fact sheet, F-A-C-T, sheet. And then type in whatever vaccine you want to look at. Type in Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 shot after those words. FDA fact sheet.
Okay.
Pfizer, Pfizer, COVID-19 shot. And just click enter. Or Moderna. Click enter. You should download all three. Click them and open it. And when you open the first link, it'll take you to the FDA's website. The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, prints these fact sheets, and they are to accompany every single vial or shot that is given to a consumer around the world, American or not. If you're getting these shots, the FDA is supposed to give you a fact sheet that tells you all the ingredients inside, the risk factors inside, and what this drug's designed to do.
Okay.
Still, right now, today, and they revise these fact sheets every month since December 14th of 2020 when they released Pfizer and Moderna the first time. Every month they revise them and update them. And yes, there has been changes.
Yeah.
But
Looks it.
your question is, are these really FDA-approved medications or shots? No. There's not a single one of them. When you look it up, not a single one of them are actually FDA-approved. And it's on the FDA's sheets. Isn't that weird? That people believe the FDA approved a shot, but on the FDA's own publications, for the shots. It actually says they're not FDA approved. Isn't that weird? Mm-hmm. Why is the media telling them that? So weird. All right, so the Pfizer-BioNTech shot is the one that's been going out since December 14th. Mm-hmm. It's been given to 100 million Americans. And it actually says at the top of it, it is still an emergency use authorization shot. Mm-hmm. But the FDA did just approve an application for another Pfizer shot called Comirnaty.
Right.
Comirnaty is not even a shot in the United States. It doesn't exist. No. It's been used in Europe, but it's never been here. It's still not here in America. They gave this false idea to the American public that there's an approved Pfizer shot. And everyone needs to look at the very first page of the fact sheet for the Pfizer shot.
Okay.
Remember, the FDA approval idea has only been extended to a Pfizer shot. So just look at the Pfizer-BioNTech shot.
Can we
fact
pause
sheet.
this for a second, Todd?
Yeah.
This is the same guy that I sent to you guys the other day on the Rumble video, and it's absolutely genius. And he's under death threats. But who trusts the government enough to give a crap whether the FDA approves this shot or not? I don't trust the government. I don't care if the CIA approved the shot. That means nothing to me. Now, I'm not for it, but I'm just saying I don't know why the heck that even matters. But he's the one that identified that this is actually of snake venom. It's either a snake or a cobra snake, and that everything that they're banning for use for us is actually an anti-venom. And monoclonal antibodies are an anti-venom, and they're trying to ban those too, or limit access to them.
That's the video that Jim wanted to play and have everybody watch it.
And that's what I'm talking about, the water thing.
Yeah,
about
that it's
but
not
the thing is, Pat, here's the significance. Because idiots will say to you, it is approved. It is approved. The FDA said so. It's approved. And they believe it. That's the significance of this.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, but I don't trust the government enough to give a crap, I mean.
But, correct. None of us do. But 70, I don't know what percent of it is.
Just say the sheep.
Yeah.
Sheep, yeah.
They believe what they're saying. They do no research whatsoever. They just say, well, they said it's approved. The news said it's approved. CNN said it's approved. Fox said it's approved. So it must be approved.
But then they play the silly word games because it's approved for emergency use.
Correct.
No,
but that's it.
I didn't mean to cut that off if there's more good meat in there, but I'm sure this is a long video.
No, I mean that was the gist of it, that they're fat liars and they have the paperwork to prove it.
Right.
So the next thing that I was going to show you is, Todd, that Walgreens link that I sent you.
Yeah.
Oh, the graph.
It's the graph, and it's the third page of that.
It's disturbing.
Microsoft, whatever it is, the third page that shows the COVID-19 variant tracker,
Which
and then
one
the
of the
positivity
graphs, 'cause
rate
there's a
by
few graphs on here.
the third page.
Right, but which graph? There's a few graphs on the third
one,
page.
The bottom one. It says positivity rate by vaccination status, April 6th through the 12th.
Okay.
So you go over that graph, and the percent of the positivity rate is for not vaccinated is 6.9%. The one dose is 12%. 2 doses is 13.1%. 2 doses. Okay, that was 2 doses more than 5 months ago. Yeah. And then, 2 doses less than 5 months ago, 10.4. 3 doses more than 5 months ago, 17.1%. And 3 doses less than 5 months ago, 12.8.
So this is people that
what
take
is
the
the
shot.
lowest? Yes. What is the lowest percentage rate of the people that are testing positive right now?
Right.
Not
the ones that are
vaccinated.
non-vaccinated.
Correct.
Because we're not vaccinating for a snake venom.
Well,
He said,
I do smoke. You know, that's what. So Kellie, right? I'm sorry, we're jumping ahead. Sorry, just go ahead.
What the point of this is, all of the numbers are higher.
After extra,
starting at almost twice the amount of than the non-vaccinated.
so the more vaccines you get, the more chance of a
The
percentage
more
you're gonna
positive
get it.
you are. Yep.
Period.
Yep.
That's what they want. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, and then they said
Yeah.
that smokers aren't getting it very much, and they're not reporting that because, like Greg started saying, the venom attaches to the nicotine
Right.
receptors in your
Nicotine
brainstem.
Receptors.
Yeah, and so smokers are
Right.
less likely to break through that
Yep.
gummed up receptor.
So
Yeah, but-
I have to butt in. I have to tell you the story. So no, listen, I have to tell you the story. So, and it's true. I mean, it's about me, so it's true, obviously. And I fagged myself up, and I was right. And I even volunteered with Cliff, and he said, yeah. So I quit smoking years ago, decades. And I quit when I tried to quit a couple times. Cliff and I have been together for 18 years, and had quit a couple times. And then, anyway, when COVID came out, just like new, because I was all freaked out, and I saw Nancy Pelosi rip up the State of Union address, things weren't making sense, and just things were out of whack. I started sneaking cigarettes because I started smoking during the COVID because we got locked in. And so I went out the back door of the garage, and I was out there smoking, and Cliff walks up there and goes, oh, great time to start smoking. COVID's out, and you're smoking? And he started laughing and everything. When I saw that video that Kelly told me to watch on Monday,
You started smoking again.
You started smoking more.
Started
Oh, you started
smoking
smoking more.
when COVID came out. What is interesting is why God was watching me and I started smoking.
God, I don't think God's going to make you smoke, but I mean,
Well,
it
you know
sounds
what I mean?
good.
What do you mean? It's
Yeah.
very coincidental.
It
that
is. It's a
I started
coincidence,
smoking,
yeah.
and then I saw that video, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
maybe it's a good thing I was smoking. I mean, I hate smoking. It's
Yeah.
doing bad things with my lungs, and I really need to stop. I mean, it is evil.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
But I wanted to
No,
share
that's
that
very
moment.
interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yep.
But yeah, that
That's
guy's
why
But what did they
fascinating.
tell everybody, though? Remember what they told
Stop
everybody?
smoking. It's a
Stop
great time to stop
smoking.
smoking. 'Cause we
Everything,
know-
everything they've
Yeah.
said and done is trying to kill more people, in my opinion. now.
Absolute opposite. Yes.
Well,
do the opposite.
Fauci said
whatever
now
they
would be
say.
a good time to stop smoking.
Right.
Yes.
And anything
yes.
he says,
Yeah.
I want to do the opposite. I'm smoking more.
Oh, shoot.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to go apparel to
I'm going to
marijuana.
smoke with a mask on.
Smoke with the mask.
I just posted
That's like
the,
drinking through intravenous.
I just posted
I
the
wouldn't mind
link
that.
in the notes.
Do you
Oh,
all want to
dear.
play this Captain
Sorry.
Mumbles thing?
Is that
What is
Joe
it?
Biden?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's Joe Biden. Yeah.
Do we have a
So, Kelly, did you
Kamala
send
Dingo?
him? I'm sorry, Kelly. Did you send him a thing about that? Because we really still haven't talked about that open water, the watch the water thing.
Watch the
Or is that-
waters. We've all
or is-
seen it. Yeah, we've all seen it.
Yeah. I just thought it was the Cobra. And
Mm-hmm.
what was the China? The
Crate.
Crept?
Crate
The
snake.
crate.
Great. Mhm.
Wow.
Then they
In the
also
water
went through
supply?
that with the crate snake on the season 4, episode 15
I'm going to
of.
watch that.
I watched it.
Blacklist?
A
Was
Blacklist.
Was it good?
So, oh my God. So I texted
It's
Kelly.
you know
I'm
that
sorry, I'm
it's
still in
not
shock.
like it's not as point blank as
Right.
you know, but
You
it's
wouldn't
Right,
see it if you
right.
didn't see it.
yeah. You kind of got to know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right,
is this
Bud?
how you
I mean-
increase your viewership?
Yeah.
But it's weird that it was like on years ago.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is 15?
The best criminal minds like to brag about what they're doing.
No, it's
or
a
what
part
they're
of the
doing, right?
satanic culture. They have to tell you that they're
Right.
going to do it.
So this
It's one
is
of their.
what's so bad
It's one of
about
the
this.
tenets of their.
Well, just like all the COVID variants,
Depravity.
aren't they named after a constellation that's a viper or something like that, or a dragon or some sort? Everything's
Yeah.
symbolism.
Well, you look at the.
Serpent.
You know the
Serpent.
eagle. They say the eagle in the Nazi.
Yeah.
In all the Nazi stuff, not really an eagle. Dragon, which is a serpent.
Right.
Serpent, yep.
I mean, that explains it, because everything I can't explain, everything the government does that I don't understand what they're in it for, is just pure evil.
Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc.
It's
Right?
satanic.
Yeah.
They go
Cartoon.
in and they scare the shit out of the little kids and get
The
their
Disney. Oh.
fear and
Right.
capture their fear from them. That's what the movie is about.
The adrenochrome.
The
yeah.
adrenochrome.
Love it.
stuff.
All right, explain the adrenochrome thing, Kelly. I think I know what you mean.
Where they scare the children to the point of like almost death, and it empties your adrenal gland into your blood system, and then they drain their blood out and put it into people
Pump
for
it into
energy
Joe
and
Biden every
renew.
day.
So that's what you were talking about the other day when, 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that shit's real.
I'll find the video from David Nino Rodriguez and send it to you.
Okay.
And wasn't there? It's like a Hollywood actress thing where they get those.
Well, any politicians, world leaders,
LeBron James,
celebrities, anybody.
I don't deny it. I just laugh.
So they're playing this movie to little kids and then doing that to them?
No. All right, back up. Playing a movie didn't have anything to do with it. Monsters, Inc. is about adrenochrome, how they harvest it.
Oh.
It depicts
Holy
that.
shit.
You know
I
how
think the light went on.
they scared the children, and their screaming made the energy for the town. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. It sure is.
I'm speaceless.
let's-
I didn't know the movies were about.
Well,
All movies tell us
they
what's
depict it in a
going on.
fun way.
Yeah,
Greg.
I know. I mean, I know like sections of movies and I know, Kelly, I'm sorry, I sent you like music video clips, but those music video clips
Oh yeah. I'm
that
sure
I've
they have a
seen,
lot
and the
too.
one I saw is like, no wonder people are mentally ill or just depressed or this, or why they hate certain people. Because I watch certain videos, and I've done it for like the last couple months. And sorry, Kelly, I'm a little drunk at the time, but I can see it better because my vision's more clear at night, and I can see what they're filtering in our heads in images. It's like I can see it, and all these people can't see it, so they're brainwashed. That's what's so scary about the music video, the media, the fake news. It's all a fake illusion world, and they're programming everybody trying to. And it is it's scary. And that's why I told you that night, I said, I'm done with the Twilight Zone. I'm done with the Twilight Zone episodes. Can we just go back to America like the way it was?
Nope, that's dead.
Better?
Not without
I'm
some
serious.
major,
It's like the Twilight Zone.
not without some
Yeah.
major
Every day.
renovations.
So what were you going to? What you were?
Oh, we got about 10 minutes or 7 minutes. I had a question. I had a point to make for you, basically you, based on Ukraine.
Who's you?
Pat.
Me.
Pat and I disagree on the, I don't know if we say we disagree.
I disagree with you.
We disagree on the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. But
That's America.
is there anything that the left supports that you can get on board with?
You're setting me up here, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'd like to call my attorney.
You'd like to call it Lifeline.
Wait a
You'd like
minute.
to phone
No.
a friend.
There are
You're
no
not a biologist.
consequences past 8:30.
No, you're not
so.
a biologist.
The,
You're not a biologist.
the worst case scenario is that you could be imprisoned in the grip of my conversation for 5 more
I
minutes.
figured
so.
it was dungeon.
The stable.
I'll
the
talk-
stable where the pony is.
I'll talk about it. I flat out told you to begin with, I don't know the motivation, so I really haven't
But you
picked
can't.
a side.
I'd like you to answer the question. Is
All
there
right.
anything that the left does or promotes or on their platform that you can get on board with?
They're better artists. No, I hate everything about
Yeah,
them.
and so they're on this thing like a monkey fucking a football.
You're talking about Ukraine.
Does that
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Does that give you? Does that at least give you some pause on the whole thing to think about?
No, I've told you I don't know what's going on. I don't care. I just don't feel that you're right about what Russia's doing. I don't feel they're scared of the New World Order. I feel he wants to put Mother Russia back the way it used to be and take all their resources.
That's the left's message.
Okay, well, then I fully
Yep.
am on board. No, I don't feel that's even the left's message. They're not doing shit about it. We haven't done anything. We've done nothing.
We're pumping money into them like crazy.
We're worthless. The United Nations is worthless. NATO's worthless.
Agreed. But we're giving them
really our whole
billions.
Government is worthless.
We're giving them billions. I agree, but we're giving them billions.
Yeah, and I'm not.
To Ukraine, right?
I'm not writing that check.
I think it's
Faja's
sad.
convinced that Russia's stopping the New World Order from coming to across their border, and I just don't think it's. I think that's too simplified. I think it's different.
I think that we're part of helping Zelensky get placed into power. I mean, he had time.
Go watch.
He had time to take a time out for a little Oscars message.
Oh, I know. He's on
during
everything.
the war.
He's been on
give
every
me
show.
a break.
I think Putin could have him killed if he wanted to, which also confuses me. You know, I don't understand what's going on, and I'll be the first to tell you, but I just don't care when it really comes down to
Well,
it.
you made a good
watch
point.
Sarah Logan talk about it.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
You made a good point about earlier, you know, and I don't either, especially other than it's just more of their projecting and gaslighting of our government. But we need to take care of our own border.
Yes.
Amen.
Our own country, period. I mean,
And we need to get Mike Miller back. I said that last week, I think, too, but it's true.
Yeah, and then
So
I
you're-
sent you that video.
So you're bumping me?
Hey, Fasha, I have a question for you. How do we spread the news? America needs to take care of America, just like President Trump said. You know, we got all these different slogans, right? We really need to take care of ourselves and get our country back in order.
Faja just announced
And
he's
then we
running.
decide, do we help other countries? But I think we need to keep it all in right now. With all the crap that's going on.
It's too late.
I would say stringing wire across the street between trees in illegal alien neighborhoods.
No, his solution was guillotine, actually.
And then promoting
I kinda
promoting bicycle races amongst the adults.
I kind of like China's method after seeing that video. I think that's kind of the direction we should go.
I'm for rounding them up and sending them home.
Too far?
The dreamers are all out of here. If it's that, like I said, let me be president.
I'm voting for you. Who's your
I'll vote
running
too.
mate?
The dreamers are gone.
You and Clyde Busby.
You know, I think there's people that that have come across our border to do us harm, but I also believe that there's a lot of people that are just coming across the border because of our government to just better themselves and their families.
No
And
doubt about
so
it.
you're
but
okay with it?
no, I'm not okay with it
Right,
at all.
me
But
either,
I'm
so
saying
I don't give a shit.
But
Go
no,
home.
I'm saying it's our government's fault
Right.
that they're doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's
Oh,
our
I agree
government.
with that, but you're still doing something illegal, and you know they want to let them vote. They want to let them on the Social Security. Social Security is going to run out, but they get to get on
That's
it.
our government's fault.
No, I
I
think
agree.
Zuckerberg's going to have drop boxes in El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa
The
Rica.
U.S. government is the problem with all of our woes.
Totally
Yeah.
agreed. And they do it on purpose
Oh,
so they can fix
absolutely.
it.
Right.
You know, the economy's going to crash, housing's going to crash, and they're going to offer a solution for that. The World Economic Forum put it best. In 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll like it.
Yeah, you're going to rent from the government.
The World
Period.
Economic Forum who helped place Zelensky in office.
Let's bankrupt America.
We're not fighting
China
about
buys
that, dude. Ukraine's as corrupt as we are. I'm not a Zelensky fan. I'm glad he got his time on the Oscars. But I just don't care. I do not care. If I cared about every wrong across the world, it would be a gigantic
I'm
list.
for a libertarian, non-interventionist stance.
Totally. I'm 100%
Bring
for
it.
that.
Set up the perimeter.
Yeah.
Set up the
Yes.
perimeter, and let's do it. But see, that's where half of the left's base, the Democratic base, I'd say even more than half. Their base, not the politicians.
Sorry.
Not the politicians, but the people, the artists,
Which are going to be the first to be killed.
And yeah, they all believe that they want what's best for this country, and they absolutely, positively do not.
Well, because we teach.
Nor do 80% of the GOP.
I mean, we're teaching people nothing. You know, our media is corrupt, our social media is corrupt, and freaking school system, the school unions and our public schooling, that should be abolished tomorrow. I mean, they love keeping kids out of school because we're raising a generation of Democrats because they won't know.
Yeah.
They'll be sucking their thumbs at 20.
Yep.
True that. Well, listen, kids. It's about
Yep.
that time again.
Always fun, man. Always fun.
It's almost. Oh, you got to give me a ride home. Oh, no, I don't. I got my car.
To the
Oh,
Zillion.
I got to show you this real quick. Look what I just got today.
Okay, I'm looking.
Oh, nice.
I don't see it.
Let's
Says
sit.
I
Oh,
turn
you
back
can't see this?
if I
Look
were
at
you.
me.
Oh,
nice.
I'd turn back if I were you.
Where are we going
It's
to
from
like
my
it.
driveway.
I like it. That's great.
Are there a couple of cannons
Yes.
out there too?
I just
around
got it
that
today.
sign?
Well, it's always fun.
Maybe.
Fine.
Thank you so much for having me.
Maybe.
it is always fun. Kelly, thank you. Greg, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't forget Todd. He does all the work.
I'm.
You're just the talent.
And a fine
Todd's
talent you are.
awesome. Hey, by the way, Todd, you're awesome. Just so
Good
you know.
job.
Yes.
Good job,
You're
Greg.
awesome.
Todd.
Todd,
Yes,
you're
and
awesome.
amen.
Todd.
Yes, Todd is awesome.
And producer Todd, thank you
We need outro music.
for
some
putting
Yes.
up with
Megadeth
Pat and
or
Kelly's
something.
shit.
Thank you, Todd.
Pat and Kelly are the stars, actually. We just pump your ego up because your name's on the show.
There's
Oh,
no
no.
need. There's no need.
We
Kelly's
had-
running
Pat,
from me.
Pat,
Everybody
you were not
thi-
here last year. We have a dictator.
Oh,
Dictator.
okay. No comment.
What's that?
You didn't even see that video I sent you in Facebook Messenger.
No, I didn't.
No.
I'm never opening Facebook again.
Kelly sends
No, I sent it to,
content
I sent it to
into.
Jim. No,
Oh.
it's to Jim.
Kelly sends content. I think I saw the dictator thing. Something. I don't know if I saw the words dictator.
You did?
Yeah. Well, you
You
send
didn't watch the
content
video
on
because Tia said it was awesome.
You need to send it to me, Kelly.
13 different
Okay.
platforms.
Yeah, if you ever want me to see it, Kelly, email it or text it.
Yes,
'cause-
I do.
Yeah, because I don't care about social media.
Okay.
All right, we're
All
gonna
right.
rock and roll. We're out of
All right,
here.
I'll text it.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Love everybody.
Next
See ya.
Thursday, same bat
Love you
time,
guys.
same bat station.
Have a
See
great
you
week.
guys.
Adios.
Have a great Happy Easter, everybody.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Definitely.
The following pre-recorded political program is sponsored by TV for Goldwater Miller on behalf of Barry Goldwater, Republican candidate for President of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, we take pride in presenting a thoughtful address by Ronald Reagan. Mr. Reagan.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you and good evening.
The sponsor has been identified, but unlike most television programs, the performer hasn't been provided with a script. As a matter of fact, I have been permitted to choose my own words and discuss my own ideas regarding the choice that we face in the next few weeks. I have spent most of my life as a Democrat. I recently have seen fit to follow another course. I believe that the issues confronting us cross party lines. Now, one side in this campaign has been telling us that the issues of this election are the maintenance of peace and prosperity. The line has been used, we've never had it so good. But I have an uncomfortable feeling that this prosperity isn't something on which we can base our hopes for the future. No nation in history has ever survived a tax burden that reached a third of its national income. Today, 37 cents out of every dollar earned in this country is the tax collector's share. And yet our government continues to spend $17 million a day more than the government takes in. We haven't balanced our budget 28 out of the last 34 years. We've raised our debt limit 3 times in the last 12 months. And now our national debt is 1.5 times bigger than all the combined debts of all the nations of the world. We have $15 billion in gold in our treasury. We don't own an ounce. Foreign dollar claims are $27.3 billion. And we've just had announced that the dollar of 1939 will now purchase 45 cents in its total value. As for the peace that we would preserve, I wonder who among us would like to approach the wife or mother whose husband or son has died in South Vietnam and ask them if they think this is a peace that should be maintained indefinitely. Do they mean peace, or do they mean we just want to be left in peace? There can be no real peace while one American is dying someplace in the world for the rest of us. We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars. And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening. Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers. Not too long ago, 2 friends of mine were talking to a Cuban refugee, a businessman who had escaped from Castro. And in the midst of his story, one of my friends turned to the other and said, "We don't know how lucky we are." And the Cuban stopped and said, "How lucky you are. I had some place to escape to." And in that sentence, he told us the entire story. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. And this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves. You and I are told increasingly we have to choose between a left or right. Well, I'd like to suggest there is no such thing as a left or right. There's only an up or down. Man's old age dream, the ultimate in individual freedom consistent with law and order, or down to the ant-heap of totalitarianism. And regardless of their sincerity, their humanitarian motives, those who would trade our freedom for security have embarked on this downward course. In this vote harvesting time, they use terms like the Great Society, or as we were told a few days ago by the President, we must accept a greater government activity in the affairs of the people. But they've been a little more explicit in the past, and among themselves, and all of the things I now will quote have appeared in print. These are not Republican accusations. For example, they have voices that say the Cold War will end through our acceptance of a not undemocratic socialism. Another voice says the profit motive has become outmoded. It must be replaced by the incentives of the welfare state. Or our traditional system of individual freedom is incapable of solving the complex problems of the 20th century. Senator Fulbright has said at Stanford University that the Constitution is outmoded. He referred to the President as our moral teacher and our leader. And he says he is hobbled in his task by the restrictions of power imposed on him by this antiquated document. He must be freed so that he can do for us what he knows is best. And Senator Clark of Pennsylvania, another articulate spokesman, defines liberalism as meeting the material needs of the masses through the full power of centralized government. Well, I, for one, resent it when a representative of the people refers to you and me, the free men and women of this country, as the masses. This is a term we haven't applied to ourselves in America. But beyond that, the full power of centralized government. This was the very thing the Founding Fathers sought to minimize. They knew that governments don't control things. A government can't control the economy without controlling people. And they know when a government sets out to do that, it must use force and coercion to achieve its purpose. They also knew, those Founding Fathers, that outside of its legitimate functions, government does nothing as well or as economically as the private sector of the economy. Now, we have no better example of this than government's involvement in the farm economy over the last 30 years. Since 1955, the cost of this program has nearly doubled. 1/4 of farming in America is responsible for 85% of the farm surplus. 3/4 of farming is out on the free market and has known a 21% increase in the per capita consumption of all its produce. You see, that 1/4 of farming, that's regulated and controlled by the federal government. In the last 3 years, we've spent $43 in the feed grain program for every dollar bushel of corn we don't grow. Senator Humphrey last week charged that Barry Goldwater, as president, would seek to eliminate farmers. He should do his homework a little better, because he'll find out that we've had a decline of 5 million in the farm population under these government programs. He'll also find that the Democratic administration has sought to get from Congress extension of the farm program to include that 3/4 that is now free. He'll find that they've also asked for the right to imprison farmers who wouldn't keep books as prescribed by the federal government. The Secretary of Agriculture asked for the right to seize farms through condemnation and resell them to other individuals.